everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I am bringing you a book haul. These almost just fell on my face. I almost just died on camera. So for the last part of April and the beginning of May, I really didn't bring in a lot of books. I mean, like, you know, I brought in 8, so I kind of brought in some books, but not a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and start talking about them because they're quite heavy and my arms are a little out of shape. So the first book I got this month was Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I just want to take a moment to appreciate the fact that this is a $26 book and I got it at Barnes & Noble for $6 because there was this little rip in the dust jacket, which isn't even a big deal because I take the dust jacket off when I'm reading, so score. But Behind Her Eyes is a thriller that everybody has been talking about for like the past 6 months or so, maybe even longer. All I really know about this book is it's a domestic thriller where a woman meets a man at a bar and she kisses him and kind of starts to have a crush on him. And then she finds out when she goes to work the next day that he's her new transfer boss, and then she makes a new friend in town, and that friend in town ends up being the wife of the guy that she kissed in the bar who's her new boss. So it's all like crossed and all over the place, and it's supposed to be like a dark domestic thriller with like a twisty marriage, and I guess our main character is going to be finding out all of the answers to all of the secrets, and I am here for it. So whenever I'm in the mood for a quick thriller, I am going to pick this one up, and I hope that it's just as dark and twisty as it is promised to be. So the next book I am so excited about and I really want to get to, but I'm making myself put it off. But whatever. Anyway, it is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. Now this book is so beautiful. Can you see the foil? It's so beautiful. I'll show you under the cover too. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oh, it's so pretty. So people are saying that this book is a lot like Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town. It's got those witchy vibes about 3 sisters who come back, and I guess they like possess the bodies of young girls in this town, and they use those bodies to kill teenage boys. Okay, I'm ready. It's been getting pretty good reviews. I think most of the reviews I've seen for this are like 4 or 5 stars, so I'm excited to get in. But I feel like I'm making myself wait to read this until Halloween because I just feel like I will... What the heck? Oh my gosh, you guys. So I have a Zuzu pet and I just hit its nose and it went off and it just scared the living daylights out of me. This is Gus, by the way. He's an old friend. Oh my gosh, that literally just gave me a heart attack. I'm sitting here talking about like witches and murder and then that big sound goes off behind me and I just die. Speaking of possession. But like I was saying, I think, I don't know, I really want to pick this up soon, but I know I would appreciate it so much more around October. And so I feel like I need to put it off, but then I don't want to. So if you guys have read it, tell me. Tell me to read it now, or tell me to put it off. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Tell me. The next book I got was To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Now this book I've actually already read. You'll be seeing my thoughts very, very soon in my wrap-up. And actually you can get like a sneaky little preview of it if you watch my vacation reading vlog. I talk all about it. I read it the entire time I'm there. It was super fun. I had fun making the video. Check it out if you want. This is a dark Little Mermaid retelling about a siren princess who has been turned into a human as punishment by her evil queen mother and wants her to steal the heart of a prince, and that prince's sole job is to kill sirens. So obviously there is a lot of tension built into a little book. The next book is another one that I've already read, and that is The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I talked about this in my wrap-up for last month. I enjoyed this. It's so cute. It's like a fairy tale retelling, but there's like all of the fairy tales in one. It's really, really adorable. This follows 2 children who have been sucked into a fairy tale book and have to try to find their way out. It's super cute. It's got all of the fairy tales that you know and love combined into one big story adventure thing. It's cute. I wouldn't say it's like super dense or super original or anything you haven't seen before, but I did really enjoy it and I would recommend it, and I especially think children would love this because I know if I was a kid reading this I would really like it. And this one I am so excited about. It is The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. Now this is weird because this is kind of like completely out of my genre. I do not like contemporary, I especially do not like hard-hitting issues, sad, make me cry contemporary. But this is said to be kind of like, it has hints of magical realism at the same time. It deals with like grief and death and things like that. I think this last little blurb could like sum it up a lot better than I could, but it says, alternating between reality and magic, past and present, hope and despair, The Astonishing Color of After is a stunning and heartbreaking novel about finding oneself through family, history, art, bravery, and love. And I'm excited. So I wasn't going to pick this up, and then I saw, I think a couple months ago, where Books and Lala was reading it, and she screenshot she screenshot a portion of this book, and the writing was just so beautiful that she screenshot that I immediately was like, okay, this goes to the top of my TBR. I want to read this, because one of my weaknesses in books, it doesn't matter what genre it's from, if it's got some good, beautiful, pearly, flowery writing, I want it. This has it, I'm reading it. So the next book is a little peculiar, and it's something I feel like only I would pick up and read because I'm that level of nerdiness. But it is The Art of Language Invention by David Peterson. So David Peterson is the guy who created the Dothraki language in Game of Thrones. I think he also created a couple others. I think he might have worked on the Navi language from Pandora. What is that movie called? Avatar. Like the Avatar with the big blue people running around. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. He worked on the Thor Dark World voice, Shivashithith. Yeah, he worked on that one. This is basically just an in-depth look at this guy who writes made-up languages for a living, and kind of how he does that. I'm writing a book where I don't necessarily know if I need to create an entire language, but I do want to create certain words, and I want like a good cluster of knowledge surrounding how to do that so it makes sense. And so I thought I would pick up his book, and he's got like a lot of graphs. I don't know, it's got graphs and pictures, so I'm like, seems legit. And the last book I found I am so excited about, it just warms my precious little baby heart, and it is Downton Abbey. So the family has been renamed in here as Earl and Katniss Grimmelkins, and it is about them and their proper English life and their 3 daughters and all of the drama that ensues. If you couldn't tell, it is a satire from Downton Abbey, which is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It's absolutely, utterly stunning. If you haven't watched it, find a way to. It's incredible. I don't know what British people do, but they're just like way better at TV dramas than we are. It's one of those that I think I just read in one sitting, and it's so funny. I'm gonna have to show you some of these pictures. So here are the portraits of the family, and they just crack me up. All of the little funny, little like one-liner quips about them. We all know what scene that is. Also, how did they find cats that actually look like the actors? Like, that's insane to me. Like, that actually looks like Cora. And the other cat actually looks like Andrew. Like, that's insane. Also, the writer of this book is so mean to Edith, which I love, because like, you need to hate Edith. I mean, everyone hates Edith. She's horrible. And they literally call her like, there's the pretty daughter, the prettier daughter, and then the other daughter, and you know they're talking about Edith even though they never use her name once. But I think my favorite part of this whole book are these little selections right here, and they're called the uninvited but necessary words from the Dowager Countess, which is so amazing because Maggie Smith is like queen of everything. She's literally the Queen of England. Like, I'm sorry, Elizabeth, but Maggie's like right up there with you. And they're cat quotes, but they're made to sound like guys, it's so freaking cute. It's adorable, honestly. So yeah, guys, that concludes my little mini baby book haul. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't get too many books this month. I'm sure this will be a short video, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to share my books with you. Let me know if you've read any of these or if you're excited to read them, because I definitely want to know. Look out for my wrap up coming up soon, which should discuss some of these books that I've already read. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!